Welcome back to my channel, everybody. We got a lot of great comics to show off. A lot. I mean, this will be an unboxing from like 2 months ago. I think I kind of like doing that where I just hold on to it for a couple months because it's like a surprise. Be like, oh, I forgot I even ordered that. But most of this stuff's from Mycomicshop. Like I said, over the course of like 2 months ago, I think this is from like, was it September? I don't know. It might have been September's orders or even before that. Who knows? But before I get into it, I want to thank Jambo Comics for giving me a shout out in one of his recent videos. I really appreciate it. Like when I remember, I'm pretty sure I've seen videos of his right when I was starting to get into comics and watching his, like you watch so many videos when you start getting back into comics. You're like, oh yeah, and then it's always awesome to get a shout out from somebody in the community on the YouTube side and everything. So I do appreciate that. Thank you for anybody that subscribed or even just stop by and watch the video. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, Jambo Comics, for that shout out. I mean, like I said, this is, this is like a hobby for me. So it's like when I first started doing the videos, I'm just like, I'm getting all these comics and at least I could do is record it and just show them off instead of just like, all right, I got them. I guess I'll just put them away. Nobody will see them. But that's why I started doing it, because it's like, oh, I get these massive hauls in, so I might as well show them off. I mean, like I said, thanks again. Thanks for anybody who subscribed. Thanks anybody who just watched or likes or whatever. All the support I'm very grateful for any support whatsoever. Like I said, it's not my full-time thing. It's just, what I do for fun is collect comics, or at least recently, you start a new, like, now I'm like starting to like kind of get back into like VHSs and just stuff like that, and all forms of media, video games and stuff. So it's always fun to get back into collecting. The thing about collecting is like, it's like you get these items and you enjoy them. They bring you back, or you enjoy certain aspects of it. And at the end of the day, it really, I mean, a lot of it does hold value for the most part. It's not like a stock where it's just like, it's hot one day, it is never, and it will never reach that ever again. Maybe on like just like, because I've bought in stocks and other assets, it's just like, these things aren't coming back. But seems like collectibles, they come back. It might be 5 years, 10 years, but a lot, like, there'll still be like a nostalgic factor, I guess, to hold value. But it's also just, there's always a buyer for them, you know what I mean? But just on a little tangent of that. But let's get into my recent pickups. We got, this is what I want. I kind of wanted to hit like some of the international books, only because I don't know, I have this weird like kind of thing. I want to get a book or two from each of like my nationality or my background, because I have British, Polish, German, and Italian. So I thought it would be cool to kind of get a comic book from my own background. So these two are from, this is German reprints of Fantastic Four. And now I got these because basically just for the cover art. I don't think there's really any key significance. Maybe there is. I mean, they're just really awesome covers in my opinion. You got Jack Kirby art right here, featuring, just features just all of the Fantastic Four, like in like an awesome yellow cover. Like this cover, like a regular, not German one, and a 9.8 would be big money. I mean, I saw these things were on Mycomicshop for a while. They just kept lowering the price because nobody was buying them. But I got these for like under 40 bucks each. And basically I just got them for the cover art. You got Submariner just coming out of the water, like, and just the title of it, the German title and all the German words on it, it just looks really cool. But yeah, I just thought that was really cool. I would like to, and I think these are the first CBCS ones, graded ones that I have. So I thought they're not bad. I don't mind different cases. I'm not a maximalist of CGC over this and that. Kind of want to get some EGS slabs just for like some of the cool covers, like modern stuff. But this book I actually got at a local comic shop the other day when I was dropping off some books to send in for the Todd McFarlane signing. But I picked this up just because it was only 10 bucks. That's probably what it's worth. I mean, it's not like highest grade. It's got some spine stuff on it, but I basically just bought it to like look it over because I used to be a really big Star Wars fan. Not so much with like what's been going on with the junk they're putting out with Disney, but Return of the Jedi was actually honestly, there was a time that I preferred it over Empire Strikes Back, but going back on it, Empire Strikes Back is the best of all of them, but in my opinion. But I do love Return of the Jedi, especially the Vader Luke scenes in the end and the third act of Return of the Jedi. But this actually has the first appearance of Jabba the Hutt. But this one's cool because it's got like a awesome Vader back cover, or I guess might be considered, I guess it is like a wraparound cover, but this has like this awesome Vader back cover. I guess is it a wrap? I guess it might be not. I would say it's a wraparound cover, but it's just cool to look at the art on this. I mean, you got just unbelievable art. And actually, Bill Sienkiewicz is the cover artist, which looks great. But that's Marvel Super Special number 20. A lot of the Super Specials are really cool. Even with it being in like magazines. I think that's even better because it's just bigger pages to look at the art. But that's that. Got that from a local comic shop. And this book, speaking of wraparound covers, this one I really, really wanted for a long time. And I picked it up just because I feel like it was a decent price for the grade. It looks pretty sharp for being like a really thick book. I didn't realize how thick this was, but this is a thick book. 100-page giant, but this is also a wraparound. Let's actually, we'll go ahead and show you the back. Great Neil Adams cover. Yeah, this thing is not bad. I mean, it has some, but yeah. Great wraparound Superman of all the flying superheroes. Really, really cool. Glad to add that to the collection. They said this was like a 6.0 or something. Yeah. Yeah, 6.0. Superman 252. All right, what else we got? We got Walt Disney's Uncle Scrooge. This is just I have another one of this, but this is like an underrated key. Well, I wouldn't say go far as underrated, but it is under the radar key. It's first Magica Dispel or whatever. The one of the characters in that in the Uncle Scrooge lore or stories. But I just love this cover though. It's I mean, he's sleeping in a bed of money. I mean, who wouldn't love that? But this, let me show you. This is Shonen Jump, I guess a preview of it. But this has a preview of so many manga things. Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh, among others. I can't believe I got this. Sometimes the manga stuff, just like they're just giving this stuff away on Mycomicshop for like a couple bucks or whatever. So I'll take it. But this thing looks pretty sharp too. I mean, it says a fine, but I haven't opened it up, but I don't see really any crazy issues with it. And also, let's get into some of the pre-orders. I pre-ordered a bunch of, this is Harley Quinn anniversary thing, special #1. This is Bruce Timm. I really like this cover. And I didn't realize how thick these books are. These are like really thick. I don't know how many pages there are. But I got that one and the Adams Hughes one. These are all pre-orders. Edge of Spider-Verse #4. And, oh, I got Action Comics #1. Facsimile. Can't wait to just open that up and read it. Edge of Spider-Verse #3. This is Briar. This is like some FOC cover. Nice House on the Lake #10. I'm actually like, I feel like I'm way behind on it. I think I stopped at like 5 or something. This is Street Fighters. This is an awesome cover. This is like Chun-Li #1. Edge of Spider-Verse #5. Garbage Pail Kids. This is a great cover, by the way. Speaking of great covers, we got Gun Honey #2. And then this is also Gun Honey. Great cover. And I got a couple of these. I guess I ordered multiple, but these are all, these are great. Holy cow. This is, I think this is Art Germ. But that picked up a Spider-Man blank just for future. And then this is a pretty cool Scotty Young. I don't know, so I don't go too far into Scotty Young. Like some of his, what the? It was weird. I got just a bag and board, there's no comics, so I don't know what that was. Spider-Man action figure. Mandalorian number 4. Peach Momoko Mandalorian. And Spider-Man. Superman. Facsimile of Superman 1. That's really cool. You know, people say, oh, these facsimiles. When I want to be able to open it up and read the first appearance of Superman or Batman or whatever. I wouldn't necessarily get it graded. I mean, it's a facsimile. I think those are really just meant to be read. But I try to pick up the ones that I think I want to read. I mean, sure, you could probably go online and read them, but it's something about just opening the book and reading it, like, is just, it's an experience thing. All right, I got one more stack of comics. And there's Mandalorian number 3. I got so much stuff to read. I got Stuff of Nightmares. I think this is like the glow in the dark version of it. I picked up, I just picked these up because I thought they were cool. I ended up picking up like some wrestling comics because it kind of reminded me of, like just the my opinion of the golden era of wrestling, where I was kind of into it. Well, I was really into it. I loved some WWF wrestling. But this is Stone Cold number 1, the Dynamic Forces variant. It has a COA, but this thing's sharp. I mean, I also got The Undertaker number 1. I just thought that was this is an awesome cover. I got 2 of them. These things are just, if you're an Undertaker fan, that's like a holy grail. Hush, this is something that was an add-on or something. That was a free thing. Hush special edition. Same with this one. I think they're okay. This is Force Unleashed graphic novel. I picked this up. First, I wanted to read it because I love the game, or I loved the game back in the day, you know, on PlayStation 3 or whatever it was. Did that to read. But also there's some spec to it because this is the first appearance of that guy. I picked this up just because, like I said, the manga stuff, I don't know if it holds a lot of value, but it just keeps on getting more popular. The Mobile Suit Gundam, I don't know what the significance of it, but I enjoy the cover of it. And picked this up, Fraggle Rock number 1. This is a newsstand actually. Facsimile of Tomb of Dracula. That'd be cool to read that. I think I picked this up not realizing it was a like a little mini comic, but this is Fame. I forget the number, but it has a great model. I don't know the actress's name off the top of my head, but she was pretty famous in the 50s. But yeah, kind of is like a time capsule of that era. That's why I kind of picked it up. So we got, this is Conan #2, but it's the Italian version, or the Italian reprint. Like I said, I wanted to pick up issues from my heritage, or my ethnic background, I should say. And that, I mean, it's a great cover. It's not exactly the highest grade. It's got some issues along the spine, but it is an Italian version of that. All right, we got Thundercats #1. This is second series, 2002. And along with that, we got the Zero cover, or the 01. That's preview, I guess. I picked up Edge of Spider-Verse, the 1 in 10 variant. Grimm Fairy Tales 47. That's an unbelievable cover. Deathstroke #12. This is an homage to 340. This is Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know how to pronounce the main guy's Drizzt? I don't know. But supposedly there's some speculation with this character coming in the Dungeons and Dragons series or movie or whatever they're working on. This is really cool. This is Gears of War #1. If anybody's played that, I was never a big Xbox person, but my friend had an Xbox and he was always playing Gears of War, and it was really fun playing together. So I might end up just giving it to him. This is a pretty high grade. The high grade ones go for some money. Also in that video game aspect, this is Mass Effect #1. I wouldn't say it's like any high grade or anything, but it's just always good to have. This, let's see, this is the one I really wanted to pick up, but it's a low grade copy. And this is Conan #14, the first appearance of Elric, which I want to read like all of Elric's stuff because I heard it's really, really good. But I wanted to get his first appearance to read that. But yeah, can't wait to read that. And it's a low grade. They say it's a good, but it presents a lot better than a good for a 70s comic. And this is Addams Family #1. They labeled it as a good, very good 3.0. It's got some issues. I actually just recently watched the 90s Addams Family. After the fact I bought this, I was always been a big fan of Addams Family. I've been a big fan of like all 60s TV shows. Because believe it or not, even though I'm like somewhat young, I was watching that stuff in the 90s. Like old like on Nick at Night and all. and just reruns of Gilligan's Island and Bewitched and Brady Bunch and all the 60s and 70s like sitcom stuff, all the Munsters, Addams Family. Those TVs are just great. I mean, and this, just getting this, just, to me, this is an undervalued key for now. I mean, they're doing something with the property on Netflix. I think they're doing a lot of stuff with these properties on either the animated or the live action front. But they're doing some kind of Wednesday spinoff or something on Netflix. But it actually didn't look, it kind of looked interesting, but you never know with today. It could be garbage. But yeah, that's my haul. A lot of cool books. And again, I like to thank Jambo Comics for giving me a shout out on one of his videos. I like I said, once again, I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble on. But I guess I'll see you on the next one. Later.